Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another pre-market watch list where we're going to cover the weakest, worst stocks to trade for the day. All right, I'm just kidding. We're going to cover some good stocks to hopefully trade for the day. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. We'll probably cover a little bit about the market. Not a whole lot. We've covered the market quite a bit over the past couple weeks. I think majority of you guys are pretty set on terms of where I'm at in the market, how I feel about it. So we'll probably touch a little bit on the stock market, the SPY, the S&P 500. We'll talk a little bit about the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the Russell 2000, blah, 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 blah. Maybe. But again, we'll touch a little bit on the market. 3 stocks there: Macys, Bed Bath & Beyond, and KBH. We'll talk about those. And then hopefully, though, a little bit of time, and we can run over maybe a couple ones you guys are looking at or a few questions you guys have. I have been trading, we'll be going basically like 6 years now. A little shy of 6 years. Yeah, we've passed 5, so coming up on 6. Is it manipulated? I have no idea. I have no idea if someone's breaking the law somewhere, manipulating the market. I would have no idea. Okay. Nor would anybody else. Because if manipulating the market's like, I have no idea. I have my own conspiracies, but I'm not here to make a conspiracy, right? Anyways, let's get into it. All right, first one, we are going to, we'll take a look at Macys since Macys is right here on the screen anyways. All right, so let me get this off and this off. We don't need that. All right, there you go. Looking at Macys. Doesn't look so good now, does it? Nope, doesn't. Not for Macys at least. Yeah, Macys got smoked. It really did get smoked here this morning. So they dropped from 31 down to 25.50. Actually, the closing price was probably about 31.70. And now they're down to 25.55. Most likely going to move a little bit lower here is what it looks like. So if you check the news on Macys today, Macys came out and said that they are cutting their 2018 forecast for basically the revenue growth, sales growth. So they came out and basically said, hey, our projections are off for, they projected, these numbers, and then they came back and said, this is actually where we're gonna be. So they had projections that they clearly couldn't meet. And so they're letting investors know beforehand, even before earnings, that they're adjusting their forecast. So as you can see, the stock didn't like it, and it's taken a big hit. So this isn't an earnings play. It's really just a news-driven catalyst play where there's some negative news out there. The stock isn't reacting so hot to it. It's starting to move down. This might be something we want to watch today to see if this news and this catalyst that's driving Macys down is strong enough to give us continued downside momentum for the day. So looking at a 3-year chart, and the reason I say 3-year is because, or no, that's incorrect. Sorry, 1 year or 180 day. What am I talking about? So 180 day doesn't show you the support you need. You need to go to a yearly chart. And what were we down to again? We were at low of 25.55 on Macys. So low of 25.55 would put us right here. So you kind of see back here this little dip in the chart. Yeah, right there. You see exactly what I'm talking about. It's right there. Right there. All right, so that dip in the chart is right around 25.55, the start of this little dip. And so not to mention, 25 is a very psychological whole dollar mark. So right now, the stock is holding support, ideally right around $25 pre-market. And this old kind of dip spot in the chart that is arguably a support. And then you go back into this chart. That's kind of where we're at. We're almost down to 25. We're kind of shying 25. We're off it by 50 cents. But that is the only real support I see for Macys, is really a mental support of 25. And if it broke 25, the next one I see is down about 22. So I think we could see continued downside momentum on Macys, but this gap down is so aggressive to the downside that it makes me nervous, and I most likely would not short. I wouldn't short into this weakness, or sorry, yeah, this downward move, excuse me, this weakness, right? I wouldn't short down here because that's the opposite of what you want to do, right? When you're buying a stock to make money, you want to buy low, sell high. When you're shorting a stock, you want to short high, buy low. So right now, you wouldn't be shorting high. You'd actually be shorting low, hoping it goes lower, right? So in my opinion, I think Macys can see some volatility. It has the potential to be a good stock on the day, but I'm not crazy about shorting it when it's this low on the day. And I'm not super crazy about buying it just yet because there's nothing to tell me that it might actually go back up. So right now I'm just kind of on the fence with Macys, but I think it's a good one to keep on the watch list, right? Next one on the list is BBBY. BBBY. Okay, so BBBY was an earnings play. As you can see, it shot up today all the way to 15, and it's given back a lot of those gains on the day. So this is interesting. I typically don't play gap or earnings plays that look like Bed Bath & Beyond here, BBBY. I normally don't play them, okay, because when they spike up and then they drop and then they drop more, and then it puts the stock right in the middle of its gap up or gap down like this. Sometimes it can be a little awkward, but nonetheless, BBBY is still gapping up on earnings. If you read the news, their earnings wasn't too bad, et cetera, et cetera. So they're kind of gapping up on earnings. The way I'm looking at this is, I want to see if this holds support here. If this can hold support right around this 13 price, which is the 200 moving average, okay? And if we zoom out here, right around 13 right here is also the price of the 9 moving average on the daily chart, or the 4-hour chart, excuse me, and probably the 4-hour chart. So that might have confused you guys a little bit. At the end of the day, there is some support down here close to 13, kind of where we're at, right? So I want to see if that holds, and then maybe we get a nice kind of reverse out of the gates back to the upside. If not, and it fails, then BBBY is most likely just going to break 13, give back all the gains from earlier in the day in after hours trading yesterday, and it's probably going to sink all the way back down to 12 or something, okay? So if BBBY can hold 13, then yeah, I might be interested in a long. If it starts to break 13, then I'm going to look for BBBY to come back all the way down to 12 and fill down the gap for the rest of this move, okay? Next one on the list, KBH. This is another earnings play. So this one is something I probably won't talk too much about anymore, but it was just an interesting play. It had gapped up and consolidated sideways, didn't really break down, didn't really break up, so it was kind of hanging out in consolidation. And whenever stocks gap up and just kind of chill out and just sit consolidating after hours to pre-market in the same channel, they usually actually pop out of the gate. So that's kind of what I was watching for. But now, since I've gotten on, this was kind of it. We had support right there. Okay, that was our support, and this was like our resistance, like right in here. That was the channel, right? And you can kind of see it kind of broke that channel here with these two candles. So now I'm like, all right, maybe not as good. So I might still keep KBH on watch just because, I had already had it on watch. But, after it kind of broke out of this little sideways consolidation channel, I become less interested about it or in it now. But it might be something you want to keep on watch still. So those are really all the couple that I'm watching. And the only thing I have left to do is just kind of go over the spot or the stock market, over the SPY, and then I'm going to go through the comments here. Okay, guys? All right, so the SPY, SPY, we'll run you guys through this. So it's pretty bearish here from after hours to pre-market. The trend is definitely down, it's actually trending up, but in a bearish manner. So you'll most likely see the SPY either break down here pre-market or, and if it doesn't break down pre-market, then it might kind of bounce one more time. But all in all, right now, it's definitely a bearish move. It's pretty much like a big bear flag, you could almost say. So right now, SPY is bearish in the short term for at least now. Pre-market, that is. Don't get what I'm saying confused with, the outlook of the weeks to a couple days. So here's the deal. You guys know it. We ran right up to 258. We got to 258.70. We broke the 257 right up into 258, the 260, the level of resistance, which we were talking about for the past couple days prior to it reaching here. We have now reached it. We have seen the sell-off late day. We are started our first real gap down in a while. So we're now gapping down on the SPY rather than gapping up. Downward moves are obviously faster than upward moves. So usually downward moves take less time to actually happen. So like the last time we seen it pop up and then it kind of consolidated one day, consolidated another day, and then consolidated another day, and then basically consolidated for the third day with a small move down. That is similar to what I think we might see, but at the end of the day, down moves happen faster. So I thought to myself, we might see some consolidation, maybe 1 or 2 days of consolidation, maybe. But then on a second thought, I'm like, well, if it really does want to start selling off from this 258, 260-ish level, then it's probably going to do it fairly quickly is what I kind of thought again. But either way, rather than it's going to happen this way or this way, it doesn't really matter. What we do know is this 258, 260 level is heavy resistance, and so far sellers are respecting that level and they're selling into it. So at this moment, I would recommend that you guys you should have already been. So what I mean is now be more focused on your bearish sentiment to the market. Okay, now is the time, once again, to start thinking, okay, maybe I should be selling this move. Okay, if you're an investor, this doesn't mean sell everything you own. Okay, we're traders. Okay, this is completely different than investing, but if you're a trader right now, you should be thinking this is a seller's market right now. Okay, right where we're at. 258, 260, 257, that's a seller's market there. Okay. Down at 231, 232, that may not be a seller's market there. That might be a buyer's market, okay? But where we're at now, it is a seller's market. So if it's a seller's market, you need to think bearish, okay? What have we seen? Think, guys, think. It's not that hard. Think. What have most of the stocks done over the past couple days? What did Netflix do? What did Micron do? What did all these stocks do? Most of them did what? They all went up, right? They all went up. Well, what do we know about things that go up? They all come down. So if all the stocks over the past couple days all went up, then they're most likely due for a pullback, at least a pullback, which means then the markets would most likely be red, because if all the stocks went up and now all the stocks are pulling back, it would make sense that the stock market's going to pull back. If all the stocks that were downtrending, which again, mind you, like 90% of the S&P 500 was in a bear market, if they aren't still in a bear market, but at least they were. If they're all to continue back in their downtrend, what do you think would happen to the market? Okay, they all recently went up. They're all entering into their sell-off phase. If the sell-off is strong enough and continues, the market will continue back down. Again, you will see things on I read something yesterday from CNBC. It said, was it Dow Jones? I think it was a Dow Jones. Yeah, it's like, the Dow Jones only has to go up a little bit more until it's fully exited correction territory. It's like, dude, just shut your mouth. Just shut it up. Just shut it. Okay, it's ridiculous. One thing, it's, the markets are crashing, we're all gonna die, and then as soon as it has the smallest recovery, like, we're almost out of a bear market or a correction. It's like, no, dude, you just started. Don't give this false sense of hope to investors. There's been no double bottom. There has been no significant higher low. There's been no 3 tests of any technical support. Again, there is no good relationship with the president there's no relationship in our political parties right now, nothing good, even though they just came out and said yesterday that things were good, and then President Trump walked out 14 minutes into the meeting, which some of you guys know. Again, I think things are a mess, and I think it's a seller's market here. That's all I have to say about that one. All right. Just shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. It's just it blows my mind sometimes when I listen to CNBC. All right, I'm going to kind of run through some questions. There's some things that were so long ago that I apologize. But good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah, I would love to make some money today. When can we learn about options? You can learn about options at any time. Tasty Trades is pretty good. Option Alpha is pretty good on YouTube. Yeah, you should check out Tasty Trades on YouTube. Mike's Whiteboard, they do some option. Mike is with Tasty Trades, so it's like a little skit thing they do, but Mike's Whiteboard with Tasty Works or Tasty Trades, and then check out Option Alpha on YouTube. They're pretty good. We don't really have anything made for options yet. We do have a new kind of program we're doing. It's going to be called an Elites program. You guys picked it. It'll be more money, of course, a little bit more expensive than what we currently do, but it should be a little bit more hands-on and kind of a closer, tight-knit community, so to speak. Where we will be doing some options trading, more Fibonacci tools and things that teach you. So anyways, we are coming out with something new that does incorporate options into it. Just what we have right now doesn't, and we're still building some things. But in the meantime, I would definitely say check out Tasty Trades, in which you can learn from Mike. He does options with Tasty Trades, and then Option Alpha. They're pretty good as well. And then also Skyview Trading. Check out Skyview Trading. I've actually seen some of their ads a couple times, and I don't know the legitimacy behind them, but I've seen some of their videos, and I did actually like some of their videos. So I'd say that's probably another good outlet. Check out Skyview Trading. I'm pretty sure all they do is options. I'm not a big fan of SureTrader, personally. The fees are pretty high there. My monthly income is on really good months, like 80, maybe 70. Yeah, let's say probably 70 to 90. Yeah, 70 to 90. Okay. Yep. So now you know. When you say downside, yeah, most likely short. Back testing today. Guys, I'm just going through some old comments here. A lot of people, thoughts on CGC. It went up pretty fast the other day, so I would actually be a little bit concerned because CGC went up pretty fast. So just be a little concerned about when things move too quickly. Kind of like Roku. You seen Roku the other day, how it went up flying, and then the next day it kind of dumped out like crazy? Sorry, I'm going through so many other things. My worst month, I don't know what my worst month is. Not negative. Well, negative trading. I've been negative trading in months, but I'd say my worst loss ever trading. I think my worst loss was like just shy of 30,000. Was 20. I think it was 20. Like 28,500, something around there. But basically, it was either like 28 to 30. Basically, 28 to 30 grand was the biggest loss I've ever taken in one trade. It didn't happen in the course of a day. It was actually over the course of a couple days. But that was the biggest loss I've ever taken trading. Yeah, that sucked. Then again, the biggest win I've ever had trading was like 30. No. Yeah, biggest win I've ever had was, I don't think I've ever broke 30 in one trade. Maybe I have, and I just don't remember it. But I think the biggest trade I've ever had in one trade was 28,000. That was the biggest I ever had. Yeah, I don't think I ever had broke 30 in a trade. No, I've had over 30,000 profit in a day, but not for one trade. No. What broker do you do for a small account? Robinhood, Webull, anything that's free. Now people can go, oh, Robinhood's terrible. It's terrible. Execution speed's terrible. It's like, dude, what do you expect? You're using a platform that doesn't charge a commission. Then people are like, oh, but they still get you. Yeah, they do, but they don't charge a commission. So again, their promotion is free stock trading. It is free. If you want to be the dude that's like, oh, it's not free because they're selling your order flow. Yeah, but if you're not actually paying to take your position, then it is in fact free. The problem is when people use Robinhood and they go, the execution speed is so slow, it's like, true. You cannot very easily use Robinhood to do fast, short-term day trading. It's not a good broker for that style. So when your execution goes through slow, yeah, you're going to have some issues. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be pissed off. Why? Because fast, short-term day trading needs good execution speed. Robinhood does not provide good execution speed. So don't try and do fast, short-term day trading on Robinhood. You will result in yourself getting pissed because the execution speed's bad. And then you are going to blame Robinhood that they don't have fast execution speed. You're just playing the wrong game, or you're doing the job with the wrong tools, okay? Imagine trying to fix a car and not even having a wrench. It would be extremely hard and frustrating. When you guys know it as well as I do, when you're fixing something, right, like a car or just anything, and you don't have the right tool, it is the most frustrating thing on the planet. You literally just want to give up. You just basically want to set your car on fire, okay? Then you got to run to the store for a freaking tool this big that costs you like $40 that you're never going to use again, and it is just ridiculous. But that's kind of like trading, right? There's specific tools you need for a specific job. Robinhood is not your tool to use for fast, short-term, intraday day trading. If you use it that way, good luck. If you figure out how to do it, great, fantastic, more power to you, but it's not your best route. Okay? Yeah, Robinhood, swing trading, investing, it's fantastic, right? Holding overnights and in a couple days, it works perfect, guys. Just know what the tool you're using for the job you're doing. Let's see. Yep, I'm still long on precious metals. A lot of questions here. I'm sorry. Actually, I didn't sleep well. I did sleep well. I slept great. I'm having a good morning. But anyways, I gotta get out of here. I'll probably do a live stream. What's today? Today's Thursday. Yeah, I might do a live stream later today, later tonight possibly. If not, I'm definitely doing one this weekend where we'll sit down and just kind of go over some more things. Talk about some few stocks just because we don't get so much time in the morning because I'm so busy. But maybe this weekend I'll hop on, do another stream. We can go over some things. So if you guys are interested, maybe just kind of check my channel throughout the weekend or know that I'll probably be coming on this weekend for a live stream if you guys want to tune in. Most likely on Sunday. We'll probably just do it on Sunday. So for those of you guys watching now, we'll do a live stream Sunday, midday, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. Be there, be square. If you miss it, it's not the end of the world. You can still watch CNBC. They'll hook you up over there. All right. I just kidding. Don't do that. But anyways, I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning for another live stream and so on. You get the point. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good day.